This is my review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 3, Episode 9. And boy, I enjoyed this episode. Make sure you subscribe if this is your first time here. Check out the other content. Now, this episode was so good because they kept the intensity up. So, salute to the director of this episode. Salute to the writer. Because the intensity was up. And we didn't get like no romantic, intimate scenes. We didn't get no violent people coming behind somebody and knocking them off. It wasn't none of that. Gerald passed away, but he OD'd and it was like something he did to himself. So that's a little different than somebody pulling a strap and whacking somebody. That's different, right? We didn't get no scenes like that, but the intensity was up the entire episode from the beginning when Joaquin hopped out on Ronnie all the way to the end when you get Uncle Marvin and Rob riding with Uncle Lulu, and you could hear Uncle Lulu begging for his life. And we don't even know if they just about to drop him off somewhere to a rehab or they taking him somewhere to family far away. Like, we don't even know. She could be taking him to that cabin that they was in the last season and putting him out there. You don't know. We don't know, but Uncle Lulu definitely think he about to get knocked off. And when you look at Ra's face, she ain't playing. When you look at Uncle Marvin's face, he ain't playing. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, Uncle Marvin ain't about to let nothing happen to Uncle Lulu. But after all the events that transpired throughout episode 9, the tone with Uncle Marvin, by the time he get to Ra and Uncle Lulu, is totally different than in the previous episodes. Because he been making everything right with everybody. He know Lulu been tripping, but he been trying to make it right with Lulu. He been cool with Lulu. Kanan been tripping. You see, he stepped to Kanan in this episode like, boy, don't disrespect your mama like that. And you see, Kanan didn't disrespect Uncle Marvin. Not at all. That's Unc. But he did walk off on his mama, But when that thing happened with Uncle Marvin and Gerald, when they had this conversation in that hospital, and Gerald then, man, his daughter didn't pass away because he's slipping, right? So he already emotional. This is already a crazy scene because of that. You're like, dang, Gerald, you didn't hit the bottom, dog. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you don't deserve a friend for your daughter going out like, I don't want to get too deep into that, but Gerald just was on the bottom floor. And Uncle Marvin was still there trying to pick him up. Like, come on, man, But then, once Gerald told Uncle Marvin, yo, and I'm snitching on you, oh, man. If they would have been anywhere else, Gerald would have died right there. Right there. Instantly. Right? Like, thank God they wasn't at his home or something like that. Or, they was in a park and it was nighttime and he told them some information like that. I think Uncle Marvin would have choked him out with his bare hands right there. But he told him in the hospital. And Uncle Marvin told him how he felt. And after this scene, he goes to see Uncle Lulu and Ra. So he is highly upset. Like, he's mad. And he like, yo, dude, I'm going to have to go to jail because stuff's starting to close in on me. And then Uncle Lulu is talking and talking and talking. So he looking like, bruh, you my brother, but dog, you making it hard out here for me. Ra feel the same way. So that scene was so intense and they captured the moment so great. That was like the best episode or the best scene of the episode. And it wasn't like it was a bunch of words and stuff. It was just like one person pleading for his life and two people like, bruh, you done messed up too much. So that was great. Another thing that I thought was great, and I think people might miss this little interaction or the little words that Snap say as Ronnie is leaving. But as Ronnie goes to Snaps after Joaquin cut him off and he figured that out, and he goes to Snaps, Snaps says as Ronnie is leaving, like, yo, he got a problem. And the problem is me. He's talking about Ronnie. He's saying Ronnie got a problem and the problem is me. So That's a problem for Ronnie. I honestly do not think Ronnie's breeze, and he's not making it out of this season. I made a video saying Kanan gonna drop Ronnie, and I think Snaps might put a play together to give Kanan the go-ahead to just take Ronnie out. Because you really don't need Ronnie at this point. He already got cut off by Joaquin. You don't need him. So Kanan, a young dude, they got respect for Kanan's father. And he ain't wild like Ronnie. Like Ronnie do wild stuff. Like Ronnie just walk into the store, see somebody rob him. I can see Ronnie doing something like that. So you really don't want to be in business with Ronnie anyway. Just how he move. I mean, he took out his brother. So I think they definitely gonna move him out the way. And Kanan showed something this episode that I think people ain't been paying attention to either with his relationship with Ronnie. So Kanan got a relationship with Ronnie, right? They cool. But watch how Kanan reacted when Ronnie said Jukebox may be a problem when Jukebox was arguing with Kanan a few episodes ago. Watch how Kanan acted when Famous came through this episode. Kanan like, all right, Ronnie, you going too far. Let him go. All right? He let him go. Because Famous like family. Even though they've been going back and forth, it's Famous like family. So he let him go, threw Famous down the hallway. But you could see Kanan wasn't with that all the way. He like, yo, dude, let go of Famous, man. He ain't gonna do nothing. He don't want nothing. Kanan wasn't with that. And I think them two bumping heads a little bit, they've been showing that. And then Ronnie not being the plug that everybody thought he was, right? On top of the fact he's a dude that do random stuff, you really don't want to get into no activity with people that do random stuff that's very impulsive. All of these things, I think, will lead to Kanan knocking him off. Now, the other scene that I want to talk about before we get up out of here is Howard's scene when Agent Tanner and Captain Batiste approached him and was trying to ask him about Uncle Marvin and his affiliation. Boy, that scene was fire. Because Howard did what some people are capable of doing, but a lot of people couldn't pull off what Howard pulled off. He really sold it. That was a great scene because he really sold it. I think it's going to come up again and again because the truth is he do got a connection with Uncle Marvin and the whole family. So it's going to come back up. But that initial thing where they tried to pin it on him, he was just smooth, a smooth operator, smooth criminal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike Jack. But that was dope, man. Y'all let me know. What did y'all think about this episode? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? This is episode 9. So next is the season finale. I thought it was a great episode 9. I thought it was intense. They captured the emotion of a lot of stuff that's going on. And they had a lot of small details that's going to lead into episode 10. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.